Destiny is not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice. Your life right now, at this very moment, is a reflection of your past choices. But here's the beautiful truth that I want to engrave upon your heart today. You are not bound by your past. You're not chained to your circumstances. You are what you choose to become. Let that sink in for a moment. You are what you choose to become. This is not just a statement. It's a declaration of power. It's an acknowledgement of the incredible potential that lies dormant within you, waiting to be awakened by the power of your choices. Think about it. Every great achievement in human history began with a choice. Every revolution, every invention, every breakthrough started with someone deciding to become more than their circumstances dictated. The Wright brothers chose to become pioneers of flight in a world that said humans were meant to stay on the ground. Nelson Mandela chose to become a symbol of freedom and reconciliation in a society torn apart by apartheid. Mother Teresa chose to become a beacon of hope and compassion in the face of overwhelming poverty and suffering. These individuals weren't born great. They weren't handed their destiny on a silver platter. They chose their greatness. They decided to become more than what others expected of them. And that's the power I want to unleash in you today. You see, many of us have been conditioned to believe that our lives are predetermined by our upbringing, our education, our social status, or our past mistakes. We've been told that we are products of our environment, victims of circumstance. But I'm here to tell you that this is a lie. A lie that has kept too many people from reaching their full potential. A lie that's robbed the world of too many dreams, too many innovations, too many solutions to our pressing problems. The truth is, you are not a product of your circumstances. You are a product of your choices. Your life is not shaped by what happens to you, but by how you respond to what happens to you. This is the fundamental principle that separates those who merely exist from those who truly live. Those who accept life as it comes from those who dare to shape life according to their vision. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but you don't know my situation. You don't know the challenges I face, the obstacles in my path. And you're right. I don't know your specific circumstances. But what I do know is no matter where you are, no matter what you've been through, you still have the power to choose. You still have the ability to decide who you want to become. This is not to say that your circumstances don't matter. Of course they do. We all start from different places with different advantages and disadvantages, but your circumstances are not your destiny. They are merely the starting point of your journey. What matters most is not where you begin, but where you decide to go from there. Consider the story of Oprah Winfrey. Born into poverty in rural Mississippi, raised in a broken home, a victim of abuse, she had every reason to become a statistic. But Oprah chose differently. She chose to become more than her circumstances. She chose to use her pain as fuel for her purpose. She chose to transform her struggles into strengths. And today, she stands as one of the most influential and successful women in the world. Not because fate decreed it, but because she chose it. Or think about Steve Jobs. Adopted at birth, dropped out of college, fired from the company he founded. These could have been reasons to give up, to accept defeat. But Jobs chose to see these setbacks as setups for something greater. He chose to become a visionary, an innovator, a man who would change the way we interact with technology. His choices, not his circumstances, define. These stories are not exceptions. They are examples of what's possible when you embrace the truth that you are what you choose to become. They are proof that your future is not written in stone, but in the choices you make every single day. Now, I want you to understand something crucial. When I say you are what you choose to become, I'm not talking about wishful thinking or positive affirmations. I'm talking about a fundamental shift in how you view yourself and your place in the world. I'm talking about taking full responsibility for your life and your future. You see, many people go through life as if they're passengers in a car driven by someone else. They complain about the direction, they grumble about the speed, but they never consider taking the wheel themselves. They've given away their power to choose, and in doing so, They've given away their ability to shape their destiny. But you, my friend, you are not a passenger in the journey of life. You are the driver. You have your hands on the wheel, your foot on the pedal. You decide the direction, you control the speed, and most importantly, you choose the destination. This realization is both liberating and terrifying. Liberating because it means you're not bound by your past or limited by your present. Terrifying because it means you can no longer blame others for where you end up. It's all on you. Your successes and your failures, your joys and your sorrows. Now I can almost hear some of you protesting. Well, what about luck? What about fate? Don't they play a role in our lives? Of course they do. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns. Things will happen that are beyond your control. But here's the key: can't control everything that happens to you. You can always control how you respond to what happens to you. And it's in that response, in that choice, that your true power lies. Think about it like this. Life is like a game of cards. You don't get to choose the hand you're dealt. That's luck, that's circumstance. But you do get to choose how you play that hand. And a skilled player can win even with a bad hand, while a poor player can lose even with a good one. But your circumstances are your cards. But your choices are how you play them. So the question is not, what hand have I been dealt? The question is, how am I going to play this hand? Are you going to fold at the first sign of difficulty? Are you going to blame the dealer for your bad cards? Are you going to play with skill, with strategy, with determination? Are you going to make the most of what you have, no matter what you've been given? This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where we separate those who merely dream from those who do. Those who wish from those who will. Those who complain about their circumstances from those who create their destiny. You see, becoming what you choose is not a one-time decision. It's not a magic spell you cast and suddenly your life transforms. It's a series of choices made day after day, hour after hour. It's choosing to wake up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's choosing to learn a new skill when you'd rather watch TV. It's choosing to face your fears when you'd rather play it safe. It's choosing to persist when everything in you wants to quit. These choices may seem small in the moment. They may not feel significant. But make no mistake, these choices are the building blocks of your destiny. They are the seeds from which your future self will grow. Every time you choose growth over comfort, progress over stagnation, courage over fear, you are shaping your future. You are becoming the person you choose to be. Now, I want to be clear about something. Choosing to become more doesn't mean you're not enough as you are. It doesn't mean you should be constantly dissatisfied with yourself. On the contrary, it means recognizing your inherent worth and potential and choosing to express more of that potential in the world. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming more fully yourself. Think of it like this. An acorn is perfect as it is. It doesn't need to change to have value. But within that acorn is the potential to become a mighty oak tree. The acorn doesn't become an oak tree because it's not good enough as an acorn. It becomes an oak tree because that's the fullest expression of what it can be. That's what I'm talking about when I say you are what you choose to become. It's about choosing to express the fullest version of yourself in the world. But here's the thing of becoming is not always easy. In fact, it's often incredibly challenging. Because to become more, you have to leave behind what you currently are. You have to step out of your comfort zone. You have to face your fears. You have to challenge your limiting beliefs. You have to be willing to fail and look foolish to start over. This is where many people get stuck. They have a vision of who they want to become, but they're not willing to go through the discomfort and uncertainty of the becoming process. They want the results without the struggle. They want the transformation without the trial. But that's not how it works. The struggle, the discomfort, the challenges, these are not obstacles to your growth. They are the very means of your growth. Our butterfly emerges from its chrysalis. The struggle to break free is what gives its wings the strength to fly. If you were to help the butterfly by breaking open the chrysalis, you would actually be condemning it to a life without freedom. The struggle is necessary for its transformation. Same is true for you. The challenges you face, the obstacles you overcome, the fears you confront, these are not holding you back from becoming who you want to be. They are the very things that will shape you into that person. They are the resistance against which you build your strength. They are the fire in which your potential is forged into reality. So don't shy away from the difficult choices. Don't avoid the path of resistance. Embrace the challenges as opportunities for growth. See every obstacle as a chance to become stronger, wiser, more resilient. Because it's in overcoming these challenges that you truly become who you choose to be. Now, I want to address something that often holds people back from making the choices necessary to become who they want to be. A fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. These fears are natural. They're part of being human. But they don't have to control you. They don't have to dictate your choices. You see, fear is not your enemy. Fear is simply a signal that you're stepping out of your comfort zone, that you're growing, that you're alive. The problem is not that you feel fear. The problem is when you let that fear make your choices for you. When you let fear hold you back from becoming who you're meant to be. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and choosing to act anyway. Courage is recognizing that what you want to become is more important than the comfort of staying as you are. Courage is making the choice to grow, even when growth is uncomfortable. Every great person you admire, every success story you've heard involves someone feeling fear and choosing to act anyway. They weren't fearless. They were courageous. And you can be too. You can choose courage over comfort. You can choose growth over safety. You can choose to become who you want to be despite your fear. Another thing that often holds people back is the opinion of others. We live in a world where everyone has an opinion about how you should live your life, about who you should be. And it's easy to get caught up in trying to meet other people's expectations and trying to become who they think you should be. You are not on this earth to live up to someone else's expectations. You are not here to become who others think you should be. You are here to become who you choose to be. You are here to fulfill your unique potential to make your unique contribution to the world. Don't let the opinions of others drown out the voice of your own soul. Don't let their expectations limit your choices. Don't let their fears hold you back from your dreams. You have a unique path to walk, a unique purpose to fulfill. And only you can choose to walk that path, to fulfill that purpose. This doesn't mean you should ignore all advice or feedback. Wisdom often comes from listening to others. But it means that ultimately, the choice of who you become is yours and yours alone. Listen to others, learn from others, but don't let others choose for you. You are the author of your life story. You are the sculptor of your destiny. You are what you choose to become. Now, I want to talk about something that's crucial in this process of becoming vision. You see, to become what you choose, you first need to have a clear vision of what that is. You need to be able to see in your mind's eye that the person you want to become, the life you want to create. This vision is not just a vague wish or a fleeting daydream. It's a clear, compelling picture of your desired future. It's a beacon that guides your choices, a standard against which you measure your actions. Without this vision, you're like a ship without a destination, drifting aimlessly on the sea of life. So I challenge you. What is your vision for yourself? Who do you want to become? What kind of life do you want to create? What impact do you want to have on the world? Take some time to really think about these questions. Visualize your answers in vivid detail. See yourself as the person you want to become. Feel the emotions of living the life you desire. Experience the joy of making the impact you dream of. This vision will become your North Star. It will guide you when the path is unclear. It will motivate you when the journey is tough. It will inspire you to make the choices necessary to become who you want to be. But remember, a vision without action is just a dream. To turn your vision into reality, you need to make choices and take actions aligned with that vision every single day. You need to be willing to say no to things that don't align with your vision, even if they're comfortable or appealing in the short term. You need to be willing to say yes to things that move you towards your vision, even if they're challenging or scary. This is where many people falter. They have a vision, but they're not willing to make the daily choices necessary to turn that vision into reality. They want the outcome without the process. But your daily choices are the bridge between who you are and who you want to become. Every choice is a brick in that bridge. So I challenge you. Look at your daily choices. Are they aligned with your vision? Are they moving you towards becoming who you want to be? Or are they keeping you stuck where you are? Remember, you become what you repeatedly do. Your habits shape your character. Your choices create your destiny. Now, I want to address something that often trips people up on this journey of becoming. Perfectionism. Many people have this idea that they need to be perfect, that they need to be perfect, that they need to make the right choice every single time, that they can't afford to make mistakes. But this perfectionism is a trap. It's a form of fear that keeps you from taking action, from making choices, The truth is, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to be committed to growth. You don't need to make the right choice every time. You just need to learn from every choice you make. You don't need to avoid mistakes. You need to use your mistakes as stepping stones to becoming who you want to be. Remember, the process of becoming is just that, a process. It's not about reaching a final perfect state. It's about continuous growth, continuous learning, continuous becoming. It's about progress, not perfection. So don't let the fear of making mistakes hold you back. Don't let perfectionism paralyze you. Choose progress over perfection. Choose growth over stagnation. Another crucial aspect of becoming what you choose is taking responsibility for your life. This means no more blaming others for your situation. No more making excuses for why you can't become who you want to be. No more waiting for the perfect conditions before you start making changes. Taking responsibility means acknowledging that you are the primary creator of your life experience. It means recognizing that while you can't control everything that happens to you, you can always control your response. It means understanding that your life is shaped not by your circumstances, but by your choices. This level of responsibility can feel overwhelming at first. It's much easier to blame others or circumstances for our problems. It's more comfortable to make excuses than to make changes. But the moment you take full responsibility for your life is the moment you take back your power. It's the moment you truly become free to choose who you want to become. So I challenge you, take full responsibility for your life. Stop blaming. Stop making excuses. Start choosing, start becoming. Because the moment when you take responsibility is the moment you start to transform your life. Now, I want to talk about something that's often overlooked in discussions about personal growth and become. The power of your environment. You see, while it's true that you have the power to choose who become, it's also true that your environment has a profound impact on your choices. The people you surround yourself with, the information you consume, the places you spend your time. All of these shape your thoughts, influence your decisions, and ultimately affect who you become. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you want to become someone different, if you want to make different choices, you may need to change your environment. You may need to surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who support your growth. You may need to seek out information and experiences that expand your mind and broaden your perspective. You may need to create an environment that nurtures the person you want to become. This doesn't mean you need to completely abandon your current life or relationships. It means being intentional about the influences you allow into your life. It means seeking out mentors and role models who embody the qualities you aspire to develop. It means curating your social media feeds to expose yourself to inspiring ideas and positive influences. It means creating spaces in your home and workplace that encourage focus, creativity, and growth. Remember, your environment is not just your physical surroundings. It's also your mental and emotional environment. The thoughts you habitually think, the emotions you regularly feel, the stories you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. These all form part of your inner environment. And this inner environment is just as crucial, if not more so, than your outer environment is shaping who you become. So take a close look at your inner dialogue. Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you replaying past failures? Are you telling yourself limiting stories about what you can achieve? If so, it's time to change that inner environment. Practicing self-compassion. Begin affirming your capabilities and potential. Create an inner environment that nurtures growth and supports your journey of becoming. This process of shaping your environment to support your growth is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing practice. As you grow and evolve, as your vision for yourself expands, you'll need to continually reassess and adjust your environment. What served you well at one stage of your journey may hold you back at another. Be willing to let go of environments, relationships, and habits that no longer serve the person you're choosing to become. Now let's talk about the power of small, consistent actions in this process of becoming. Often when we think about major life changes or personal transformations, we imagine dramatic, sweeping actions. We think we need to quit our job, move to a new city, or completely overhaul our lifestyle overnight. And while sometimes big changes are necessary, more often than not, lasting transformation comes from small, consistent choices made day after day. Think about it like this. Every time you become a marathon runner, you don't start by running 26 miles. You start by running around the block. Then you run a mile. Then 2 miles. And you do this consistently day after day, gradually increasing your distance and stamina. It's the same with any form of personal growth or transformation. You become what you choose through small, consistent actions aligned with your vision. You want to become more confident. Start by making eye contact and smiling at one person each day. You want to become a writer? Start by writing 100 words every morning. You want to become more compassionate? These actions might seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they accumulate. They shape your habits, your skills, your character. They transform you into the person you choose to become. The power of these small, consistent actions lies not just in their tangible effects, but in the mindset they cultivate. Each time you make a choice aligned with your vision, no matter how small, you're reinforcing your belief in your ability to change. You're proving to yourself that you have the power to choose who you become. You're building momentum that will carry you through the inevitable challenges and setbacks you'll face on your journey. Speaking of challenges and setbacks, let's address how to handle them. Because make no mistake, you will face obstacles on your path of becoming. You will have days when you falter, when you make choices that don't align. You will have moments of doubt, of fear, of wanting to give up. This is not a sign of failure. This is a normal, expected part of the process of growth and transformation. The keys is how you respond to these challenges. Do you let them derail you? Do you use them as excuses to give up on your vision? Or do you see them as opportunities for learning and growth? Do you use them to recommit to your choice of who you want to be? Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every challenge is an opportunity to strengthen your resolve, to deepen your commitment, to refine your approach. When you face obstacles, don't ask, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can this help me become stronger, wiser, more resilient? This resilient mindset is crucial in your journey of becoming. Because the truth is, transformation is rarely a smooth linear process. It's more often a series of ups and downs, of progress and setbacks, of breakthroughs and breakdowns. The people who succeed in becoming who they choose to be are not those who avoid challenges, but those who learn to navigate them with grace and determination. Now let's talk about the role of patience in this process of becoming. In our instant gratification culture, we often expect immediate results. We want to see dramatic changes overnight. But true, lasting transformation takes time. As an oak tree doesn't spring up overnight from an acorn, you won't become a completely different person in a day, a week, or even a month. This is where many people give up. They make a few changes, don't see immediate results, and conclude that it's not working. They revert to their old patterns, their old choices, their old selves. But remember, every choice you make is shaping who you're becoming, even if you can't see the results yet. Trust the process. Have patience with yourself. Celebrate small victories. Recognize that every choice aligned with your vision is moving you forward, even if the progress isn't immediately visible. Think of it, compound interest. At first, the growth might seem small, almost imperceptible. But over time, as you continue to make choices aligned with who you want to become, the growth compounds. The changes accelerate. And one day, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come, at how much you've transformed. This journey of becoming is not just about personal growth or self-improvement. It's about fulfilling your unique potential and purpose in the world. You see, you're not just here to become the best version of yourself for your own sake. You're here to make your unique contribution to the world. You're here to serve others with your gifts, your talents, your unique perspective. As you choose who you want to become, consider not just what will benefit you, but how you can use your growth to benefit others. How can you use your journey of becoming to make a positive impact in the world? How can you use your transformation to inspire and uplift others? His perspective shift from self-focus to service can be incredibly powerful. It can provide deeper motivation for your journey of becoming. It can give you strength to persist through challenges. It can infuse your choices with greater meaning and purpose. But remember, you are not separate from the world around you. As you choose to become more, as you grow and transform, you're changing not just yourself, but your impact on the world. Every choice you make, every action you take creates ripples that extend far beyond you. By choosing to become your best self, you're contributing to the betterment of the world around you. Remember this fundamental truth. You are what you choose to become. Your life, your character, your impact on the world. These are all shaped by the choices you make every day. You have the power to choose who you become regardless of your past, regardless of your circumstances. This power of choice is both a great responsibility and a great opportunity. It's a call to live with intention, to make conscious decisions about who you want to be and how you want to live. It's an invitation to step into your full potential, to become the fullest expression of who you can be. So I challenge you, choose courageously. Choose to become more than you've been, more than others expect you to be. Choose to become the person you know deep down you're capable of being. If in the end you are not defined by your circumstances, your past, or others' expectations, you are defined by your choices. You are what you choose to become.